Hey everyone, this is Jessica Warren of Into the Warren, and I am back again for another video, and I have some things to share with you. So, number one, it's ungodly hot outside. I was just out and about with Brookie this morning at the store, and now she is taking her little morning siesta while I film this video. So let's get into some things that I've been doing in the last couple days. The bulk of my days have consisted of knitting, learning to knit, practicing, making mistakes, trying again, following patterns, watching YouTube videos, you name it. I've been doing it, other than, of course, also sorting my yarn, which now I'm going to have to reconfigure, as you will soon see. But before we get into that, I did a thing. I did a thing that I said I would not do, but I did just today, and that is return to Hobby Lobby. What a mistake. So I went back to Hobby Lobby because I'm knitting a hat, and the colors of this yarn, this type of yarn, is so gorgeous that I was like, I need to go back, because originally the yarn I used is $4 and it's only 99 cents right now at Hobby Lobby, and I'm like, girl, go get you some more, because I want to make some more hats and practice. I also want to make hats for people up in the New York part of my side of my family for Christmas. That is my goal, because then it allows me to practice and make pretty hats and, you know, get prepared for the holidays. Yeah, I might as well stock up now and not have to buy yarn for the holidays for gifts. So let me rearrange myself. Ugh, I'm all sweaty. Okay. So let's start with the Hobby Lobby haul part 2. Please don't tell my husband, whatever you do. Because he'll probably kill me. Yeah. He won't kill me, but he'll just give me the look, and, you know, we don't need any of that. So here is some background as to other purchases I've made. One thing I want to work on, like I said, if I can get over this knitting obsession, is to work on some bunnies. But I don't want to just make bunnies, I want to make clothes for them, which is going to be totally out of my element because I'm not very good at making clothes. Excuse me. I'm not really good at making clothes, like, just by eye, just making a pattern out of thin air. So what I'm going to attempt to do is kind of make a dress, like, I'm going to make a bunny and make a dress for her, and go along the lines of, like, the techniques I used to make Brooke's dress for her birthday. Just kind of start that way, but just, like, wing it and hope that it somewhat looks like a dress. So we'll see. But some of this yarn is going to be for the dresses and outfits of bunnies, I think. We'll see. But anyway. Okay. Let me see. Where do I begin? So one really good deal that I found Yarn Bee. My nose is a little stuffy, so if I sound a little out of breath and stuffy, it's because of that. Really good deal I found is this Yarn Bee Luxe Lollies yarn. It is actually 502 yards. It's a cake. That's a lot of yardage. And it's usually $7.99, and it's on sale for $1.99. And it is in the colorway Spiced Shortbread. So, and the funny thing is, this is a 4, by the way. What's it made out of? It is made out of 100% acrylic. It's just a little fuzzier, I think, than most of the acrylic yarn, but I really like it. It was funny because when I went to Hobby Lobby, they had baskets, like the staff had baskets, empty baskets, like they were gonna throw clearance yarn in the baskets and, like, take it away. So I'm like, I kind of, like, gave them the look, like, please wait, you know. So I don't know if the clearance ends today, or this week or something. Like, it may come to an end very soon. And I know other states, they're just going to start theirs today or something. So if you were contemplating going to Hobby Lobby and going back for any additional clearance, because it already was on clearance, you may want to go quickly because I think it's coming to an end. And good luck and Godspeed to those who are just beginning their clearance extravaganza. But anyway, I got these, and they're such a good deal. I think I got 3 of them. 3 of them. Who knows what I'm going to do with them. I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm just going to have them ready for a day where I get inspiration. Okay, the next thing I got is Red Heart Colorscape. And I got them in a couple colorways. This one's called Shanghai. And it's a number 4, and it's 100% acrylic, and it's 187 yards. So here's the Shanghai. This was originally $6, and it was $1.54. So I got a few of these. I think these would be pretty knitted or crocheted. So there you go. Okay. And then I also got the colorway Rome. I love this because it's like those greens and blues, which I love, greens, teals, and then it's got that pop of like that orangey red, which I really like. So I got those. Who knows what I'm going to do with those, but I'll do something cool, I'm sure. And I don't think I have enough lifetimes to do all of these projects that I want to do. Okay. So I was telling you I'm making a hat, and I'll show you the status of the hat after, but I made it with the Yarn Bee Juliet line, and I made it in Dreamscape, which I think I got more of those. No, I didn't, but I got other colorways in the Juliet. I have Honeysuckle Meadow, and it was only 99 cents. These were only 99 cents for 87 yards, and they were $3.99 before. These are super soft. I love them. They look awesome knitted. Acrylic and nylon. 6 bulky. So I got one. I know I got more than one of these. Yeah. 2. I'm sure there's more in there. And then I got the Juliet Rosewater and Lace, which is gorgeous. And this is Juliet Garden Rule. That's so pretty. These are just so nice, and they're all 99 cents instead of the $4. What else? More Garden Rule. More Garden Rule. I think I got the most in Garden Rule because I was thinking about maybe a shawl or something as a Christmas present. So I got that. Another Honeysuckle Meadow. Another Rosewater Lace. And more Rosewater and Lace. I was just thinking of like bigger projects, so I wanted to make sure I have enough because it's only 87 yards. So that's the story about that. Okay, and then oh, one more Rosewater and Lace. I guess I got Rosewater and Lace the most. Oh, Garden Rule. Okay, and then I found some more I Love This Cotton, which I love. And this is in the color Rosebud, which is awesome. 100% cotton. It was $3.79. It was only 94 cents. This is going to be a Brooke outfit, most likely. The person I bought the dress pattern from for her birthday dress makes beautiful patterns, and I'm probably going to buy another pattern and do a rosebud colored dress for my little baby girl who's almost a toddler in just a couple weeks. I can't believe it. What else? Okay, so now we're getting into things that I actually know what I'm going to do with. I got Yarn Bee Comfy Cozy. It's 485 yards, which is pretty good. In olive green, it is 70% polyamide and 30% polyester, and it's a number 2 fine. It is like this like velvety texture. I don't really know how to describe it except that it's velvety in feeling, and it's a little flatter. It's not like it's not as rounded. This is what I'm thinking of using. It's very soft. This is what I was thinking of using for clothes for sorry, I have a text message. Clothes for the bunnies. So I have one, I guess I just have one green, which is surprising because I buy everything green. And then I have gray. Same thing, just gray. More gray. And look at how beautiful this color is. This is dark mauve. So these are going to be bunny clothes. That is the plan. I'm putting it out into the universe that I will have enough time to do all of the things that I want to do. The next thing is I went to Joann Fabrics because I'm just a glutton for punishment for my debit card. But oh, by the way, all of that yarn, let me see. Let's see how many I have. 4, 8, 16, 19, 20, 21, 22, 28. So I got 28, is that right? Yeah, 28 skeins of yarn for $34. You can't beat that. Okay, went to Joann Fabrics. So for 4 weight yarn, I needed knitting needles that were a bit smaller to work, and I learned that the hard way, which I will show you in a second. So let me skip the knitting needles first. This is not yarn related, but I wanted to share. So for Brooke's birthday, the bee birthday, I'm going to decorate the front of her high chair. And how I'm going to do that is I got some yellow ribbon and I got some black ribbon. That's sparkly. You can't really tell on camera, but it's sparkly. And I'm going to take the yellow ribbon and I'm going to cut fabric into strips and slip knot them all the way around, along with slip knotted black ribbon, to make like a little like ribbon fabric banner that goes around the front of her high chair, because her high chair is not bee themed, obviously, and it's not the prettiest high chair in the world. And I want to take some really pretty pictures of her eating her smash cake and getting messy with her, you know, her dress, and she has a little flower headband. I just want to take really cute pictures, so I wanted to make sure that the high chair looks good enough for the pictures. I know, I'm crazy. It's like this first birthday is like, I'm just so excited about it. But anyway, I got some fabric to cut into strips for the front of the high chair. So I got some bumblebees with their wings are sparkly. Bumblebee fabric. And as an accent, I got some, it's hard to tell, but it is yellow and white striped. This is actually flannel, but fabric as well. And then again, the black ribbon. So I'm going to make like a tassel-y banner thing for that, for the high chair. So that's what I got at Joann's, minus knitting needles that I needed, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. Okay, so now on to the knitting stuff. You know what, it's funny, so I told you last time I practiced on straight needles and then I tried to make a hat and it was an epic fail. So the other night I thought I'd try my hand at it again. I used Lion Brand really bulky yarn. I can't remember what the brand, what the line is, but it's a super bulky. And follow the instructions for a simple hat via YouTube. And it's not perfect by any means whatsoever, but I felt like practicing this hat actually has helped me like become more excited about knitting and to start learning more about knitting. So here's some things I learned to fellow crocheters who might want to learn how to knit. When you knit, make sure you have the right size needles, or you're going to get, and I'll show you my mistake, you're not going to see the stitches, like the pattern, the texture of the stitches, because it'll be too open. So make sure you have the right needles, and when you are casting on and starting your first stitches, you want to make sure everything lines up so you're not accidentally twisting. Like the first start with this one, I accidentally twisted the beginning stitches, so I had to undo all of them and redo them. What else did I learn? I had to learn what like a purl stitch looks like and a knit stitch looks like, so that if I forget what I'm on, I can just look and know what I have to do next. That took some practice, and just make sure you actually grab all of the yarn and not split it and stitch with the split yarn, because then you're gonna get you know, fluffs, tufts of fluff. But anyway, here's my hat, my very first hat. You can see there's a hole here. This is from dropping a stitch and not realizing it. I know there's a way to fix it. I'm sure there's videos about it, but I haven't looked at them, and it doesn't matter because this is my first hat. Who cares, right? Just practice. But you'll see here, this is knit one, purl one. That makes this ribbing, and then this is all knit stitches, which I love that. I love the arrows. But anyway, for a first hat ever, I'm super proud, and it does fit. The knitting stitches are very stretchy, so at first you're like, I don't think it's gonna fit, but it really does fit. So but anyway, first hat. Okay, then I was like, I was so excited I wanted to do another hat and learn how to do color change and the moss stitch as a knit. This is where I epically failed. So I use a 4-weight with the same needles. The needles are too thick. So what happens is, like, the rib you can see kind of, but when you get to the moss stitch, it's so holy, you can't really see the detail of the stitch. And then I practiced changing color, so then it looks weird. But anyway, this was the hat, but here's the other thing, it's so wide. Like, it's a mess. So I just took it off my needles and decided to start again. Now this would be really cool with the right size needles because the colorway is so cool, but it's just, it wasn't the right needles. So I bought the correct needles now, so I'm gonna try again, and I can use these for the 4-weight yarn. I hope this is not incredibly boring. Oh my gosh, I'm just rambling on. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you is the hat I'm working on now, and this is miles of improvement. Again, this is the Yarn Bee Dreamscape yarn, Juliet Dreamscape yarn. And let me unravel where I am. This is the moss stitch again, just like the fail, but it's a thicker yarn. And it is turning out much better, so let me hold the needles. Here's the ribbing, that's where the yarn's woven in. Here's the ribbing. And now you can see the moss stitch. And this is where I started to see like the difference between a knit and purl stitch, like, so I know where I left off. And so it's much more correct. And it's turning out really pretty. I really like this colorway and the way that the knitting makes it look. So pretty. And it's super soft. So I'm working on that. I have about 2 more rows of stitching to go, and then you start to decrease. And so I watched a video on how to decrease. It's actually way easier than I thought, and changing color is super easy. So I've learned a lot. I learned a lot in the past couple days. I think this is even just such a vast improvement of this. Like, this is just cleaner, and definitely a vast improvement of this crazy hat. So that's what I'm working on, and so far so good, knock on wood. My only fear is dropping a stitch and not noticing, but again, I'm just gonna look up and see. So far so good, but if that were to happen, I'll look up how to fix a mistake. You know, you can't just pull it out and redo it. like you can in crochet. So that's what I have for you guys today. I'm gonna finish this hat while Brooke snoozes in her bed, and then I'm going to think about how I'm gonna hide this yarn from my husband, because he's gonna notice like 30 more balls of yarn. So that's my dilemma. Just kidding. But yeah, so I'm gonna work on that, and then I'm going to probably do some crocheting, I hope. I'm just so wrapped up in knitting right now. I don't know. I get on one track and I just can't steer away. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Mwah.